Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim's Special Edition. My name is Camel. Now, Skyrim is a game with many hidden secrets to uncover, sprinkled throughout vast wildernesses and deep dungeons which are there to be delved. There's nothing better than discovering a sneaky little treasure chest tucked away for 1 in hundreds to find. Well, today we will be that 1 in hundreds, and I'll be showing you the locations of 10 hidden treasure chests throughout Skyrim and its DLCs. Now be sure to let me know if you know of any other hidden treasures for me to cover. And if learning about the hidden secrets of Skyrim interests you, be sure to check out my other Skyrim videos. They can be found down in the description via the playlist link. Now down there in the old description you can also find all of my social media links. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, along with joining our brand new Discord server. I'd very much look forward to seeing you there. But for now, let's get our explorer's gear on, make sure we've got plenty of carry room, and go reap the ripe plunder tucked away in Tamriel. Firstly, we'll be going to Solstheim, added with the Dragonborn DLC of course, specifically to the northwesternmost corner of the island to a location known as Northshore Landing. Here there is a rotted and dilapidated dock, once used by the original Imperial East Empire Company settlers of the island. Seeping into the salted sea is an icy babbling brook, rolling gently over baubled and time-smoothed stones. If we follow this up to its source, we'll find a known route ringing away, flourishing grandly in the nourishing megatons of water provided by the snow runoff. And as beautiful as that is, against all of our instincts, we must pass through the frigid falls, where we will find a wooden chest sitting hidden against the cliff base. A find we did cover in the Curating Curious Curiosities video for Solstheim. Inside this chest we will find a fairly healthy assortment of goods. I got a flawless diamond, 32 gold, a lesser soul gem, a steel ingot, and a copper and onyx circlet, totaling in a value of 1,127 septims. Not bad. Now for these next two, we will be heading to the northern cliff tops of the Rift, where on the mountain passage leading from the hold of Eastmarch to the city of Riften, we can find a pool of water known as Clearspring Tarn. On the map it's found here. Now while it might seem unsuspecting, if we dip our heads into the warm, shallow ponds, we'll actually see that there is a wooden chest lurking in the silt. It will be locked, and inside I found a measly collection with a steel war axe, 52 gold, a potion of stamina, and leather boots, which have a combined total value of 176. Pfft. I didn't even get out of bed for 176. Even though I did, or this video wouldn't exist. But very interestingly, there is an unmarked hidden location underneath Clearspring Tarn called Clearspring Cave, accessed by a hidden and narrow, unbeaten trail weaving along under the cliff ledge. Inside Clearspring Cave, we will walk through a natural stone hall, the floor dotted with fungus spores fruiting. This leads out into a small cavern, which is well lit by shafts of light, and well decorated with the corpse waste remains of a troll who has been feasting on all types of fresh meat. Sure enough, at the center of the room we will find this very troll that's created such a mess. Scroll down to the comments if you want to see more of them. Now behind this troll is a rather magical sight, or one that reeks of prophecy and importance, as on this fern-frilled, picturesque plinth we can find the unique Bow of the Hunt, which I have done a full guide on if that interests you. And as cool as that is, that's not what we're here for. We're here for the chest, which can be found to the right of it. And while the chest itself isn't exactly hidden within the context of the cavern itself is hidden, making all of its contents, in my eyes, hidden. Anyway, inside this chest we can find a small group of loot, 15 gold, a petty soul gem, and a potion of plentiful stamina, with an upsetting total value of 94 gold. But save those tears, because we are going somewhere you'll need them, the Plane of Oblivion known as the Soul Cairn, added with the Dawn Guard DLC. Now once we enter this hellscape, as we wander towards the dividing curtain wall, we'll come across what I call the Hollow Tower, which we have seen before in my Curating Curious Curiosities video for the Soul Cairn. Now inside the tower we will find a chest with some bits and bobs around it, but that's not why we are here. Instead, we want to head back out the front of the building where we can find this purple soul well. But if we jump into it, we will be transported up onto the roof of the Hollow Tower, where we can find a very hidden chest that's entirely inaccessible unless you use the teleporter, which isn't so easy because you have to be aware of its existence. Otherwise, we'll just walk straight past it like the other 100 or so soul wells we'll come across. Now, with this being within the Soul Cairn, the soul harvesting realm of the ideal masters, naturally this chest is filled with an assortment of soul gems. I found a filled black soul gem, a grand soul gem, a filled grand soul gem, and a greater soul gem. These 4 pieces alone combined to create a cursed value of 1,550 septims. Now on the local map, in case you can't find it, the Hollow Tower is found right here to the northeast of the entrance to the Soul Cairn. But now that we've got the loot, let's get out of here. And let's head back to normality, to familiarity, to a place I'm sure we all know, Bleak Falls Barrow. One of, if not the very first large dungeon delve that we are sent on within the game. This place houses a bunch of hidden treasure, the first of which is actually outside the dungeon. What we want to do is come to the stairs towards the front door, and once at the top, we want to walk around to the left of the Great Arches, following the little ledge around, where behind the base of the first giant stone pillar, we can find a little secret tucked away. There is an apothecary satchel and a strongbox. Now inside the satchel we will find an apprentice's assortment of alchemical goods, a juniper berry bushel and a glowing mushroom, combined to a worth of 6 gold. Ooh, wow, that's sick. But let's get to the meat. The strongbox. It will be locked, but easily opened. Inside is an average haul of just 2 garnets, but they still together bring in 200 gold. Not bad, it's better than 6. Now into the dungeon we will go, and while yes there are a ton of chests within Bleak Falls Barrow, we're just going to be pointing out the hidden and easily missable ones. So as we approach the chamber in which the great spider dwells, we'll turn to the left at this brazier and enter the fell beast's webbed lair. But if we go back to the brazier and head straight, we'll pass a skeleton lying on the ground, and cloaked in a thick webbing is a hidden ancient Nordic chest. Now we don't actually need to destroy the spiderweb to gain access to the chest, and it will also not be locked. Now its security measures mimic the value of the loot within it, as all that rests in here is 19 gold, which you will not believe it. Has a combined total value of 19 gold. Although in this economy, who knows. Further on into Bleak Falls Barrow, we'll come out into this iconic chamber, the same one where the mysterious character of Thomas sits as he fell from the rope above. I do have a full video on him if such mysteries interest you. Anyway, normally we'll walk down this bridge, defeat the troll, then continue on into the cavern. But if we take this slippery and icy set of ledges down into the dark fall pit below, we will find a bunch of the troll's meals, but also against a small stone bank is a skeleton who lies next to a chest, masked in the mists, kicked up by the waterfall. Now the chest won't be locked, but we will find a pretty good haul in here. I got a steel plate helmet, a conjurer's potion, a scroll of dread zombie, a gold ring, a circlet of alchemy, and a hallowed dwarven dagger, all coming together to create a rather valuable bundle worth 2,298 septims, which is pretty damn good. It's definitely more than acceptable. Now, as we enter the final grand chamber of Bleak Falls Barrow, we'll be met by a mythical sight, a huge cavern hall weeping violently with waterfalls gushing from several points in the stone auditorium's walls. A pale pink peach shaft of sun rays casts effervescently into the dark Nordic tomb. Such a sight is beautiful, but also distracting from the finer and more hidden details. As we cross this stone bridge, rather than heading to the ever so enticing word wall, what we want to do is head around to the right and follow this small stream up behind the word wall to this waterfall. Now, if we jump through the cascading rivulet, we'll find ourselves in a narrow passage between the word wall and the chamber wall, where we can find this forgotten wooden chest. Inside, I found a dwarven war axe, some ale, an amethyst, a potion of lasting potency, a scroll of fireball, void salts, and apprentice robes. A very nice assortment of goods with a combined value of 1,365, which is not bad at all considering all it took was just knowing where to look. Now, before we leave this chamber, there is actually a second secret hidden chest in here, over towards the stairs that lead out of Bleak Falls Barrow and into the hold of Falkreath. We find yet another waterfall, behind which, next to a small stream through the frigid mists, we will find an ancient Nordic chest just waiting to be grabbed. Luckily, there is nothing we like more than getting hands-on with chests. This one will not be locked. Inside, we'll be blessed with yet another healthy and bountiful plunder, with a hunting bow of fatigue, an enchanter's potion, honeycomb, poison, a red mountain flower, taproot, tundra cotton, and black mage's robes, whose values fuse into an acceptably average sum of 401 gold. And finally, as we come out into Falkreath from Bleak Falls Barrow, it feels appropriate that I should show you a chest in Falkreath. So if you come to Lake Ilinata at the center of Falkreath, there is a sunken castle known as Ilinata's Deep. What we want to do is come here and head into the thick pines that coat the shoreline to the south of the castle. Here, leading over into Whiterun, is a steep, narrow, and howling frost crag that hides something. As right at the end of the green stretch, as far as the grass dare grow into the cold, we find a lost and forgotten wooden chest, which we have seen before in my Curating Curious Curiosities video for the mighty and beloved hold of Falkreath. It will not be locked, and inside we'll find a moderately solid selection of items. Boar meat, 63 gold, a petty soul gem, a scroll of harmony, a ring of Major Knight, and a steel war axe. Together they amount to a total value of 1,091 septims, which is not shabby at all. And with that familiar chap, we're at the end of this particular sojourn. I do hope that you learned something new about Skyrim, and you'll be able to use this new knowledge to raid and plunder the rewards hidden in secrecy within Skyrim. Now, if you do know of any other hidden chests and treasures, be sure to let me know down below in the comments. Now, while you're down there, be sure to check out the description for all of my social media links. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, along with joining our new Discord server. I would very much enjoy seeing you there. Now, if you would like to support this channel in, say, a more personal way, you can do so on Patreon or by joining the channel right here on YouTube. As I'm sure you know, all of my time and energy goes into making these videos that I create for you to enjoy, so your support is most genuinely appreciated and welcomed in any and all forms. So leave a like, leave a comment, hit up the socials, and consider subscribing so that you are notified when more content like this is uploaded. So thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for supporting my channel, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I will see you there soon.